Good afternoon, this is HorseRacingNation.com handicapper Jarrod Horak, and this is our video feature race of the week. This week's feature race is going to be the 12th race from Charlestown, the Grade 2 Charlestown Classic for 4-year-olds and up, 9 furlongs on the main track. We have a 10-horse field with one also eligible, so we have a full field here. If we do have a scratch, the also eligible will draw in. Let's talk about the pace first. I think that looks like there's about 3 horses that are going to be close to the pace early. A Sunny Inspired from the inside. He'll probably show some speed. A Donworth for trainer Doug O'Neill. This one has some early pressing versatility. He should be close throughout. And then Stanford for trainer Todd Pletcher. They look like your 3 main horses that are going to be up on the pace. I think the pace is going to be honest. It shouldn't be breakneck. I think we'll just have good, solid, honest fractions. I think the horses up close will have a chance. The stalkers should have a decent chance as well. Here are some of the contenders in this race. Marvelous looks like he's going to be fairly close to that. I think he's going to be sitting right behind the top 3. He was first in the Grade 2 New Orleans last time at Fairgrounds. Donworth, we mentioned. He's a solid contender, making his 3rd race off of a layoff. He was 7th in the Santa Anita Handicap last time. He had trouble settling, and he ended up having a bit of a troubled trip, and look for him to be forwardly placed under Mario Gutierrez. Imperative, he's run 2 times at Charlestown. He's won the Charlestown Classic before. He was 2nd in his other Charlestown race. He's earned over $1.2 million in those 2 starts at Charlestown. International Star, another one. I've always liked this horse. He is a contender in here. He'll be coming from a bit off the pace. He was on that Derby trail last year. He ended up scratching out of the Kentucky Derby. He got hurt. He's come back this year. He's won a minor stakes race at Fairgrounds, and he's lost 3 of his last 4 starts now. Stanford, we mentioned, for Todd Pletcher, has that speed. I don't know that 9 furlongs is his best distance, though. 3 starts, he hasn't won. He has a 2nd in those 3 outings, so I think it could be a bit far for him. La Machina won the Essex Handicap a couple starts back, and he'll be coming from pretty far off the pace. Paige McKenney, very consistent. This one was 3rd in the 2015 Charlestown Classic. And then Hard Aces on the outside, another contender in here, was 2nd in the Santa Anita Handicap last time out. Now, speaking of the Santa Anita Handicap, that race turned out to be pretty productive. We had last week, they ran the Oaklawn Handicap at Oaklawn Park, and the 3 horses that were entered in that race that ran in the Santa Anita Handicap in their prior start, they all ran 1, 2, 3. FNX was 3rd in the Big Cap. He won that Oaklawn Park Handicap. Melatonin, your Big Cap winner, finished 2nd in the Oaklawn race. And then Point Piper, who was 5th in the Santa Anita Handicap, he ended up finishing 3rd in that Oaklawn Handicap. So the 1, 2, 3 finishers in that race all ran in the Big Cap. We have 3 horses in this race that ran in the Big Cap: Donworth, Imperative, and Hard Aces, and they all look like contenders. Now, there are 3 of my contenders, but I'm going to make Paige McKenney my top choice in here. Now, this one's earned triple-digit speed figures in 7 of his last 10 starts. In his last 6 starts, he has 5 wins and a nose defeat, so he's sharp, he's fresh, he has a good string of speed figures that make him a contender in here. He proved he could handle the tricky bull ring at Charlestown with a 3rd place finish last year, so he's never been better. He's got the speed figures to compete. He'll probably be pouncing from mid-pack, and he should offer a bit of value. If you look at the odds in his last string of races, he's typically a bet pretty heavy, but in here with those horses coming from California, you have horses like International Star and Stanford, horses from big, well-known barns like Todd Pletcher, Mike Maker. You're going to see some of these horses, and Doug O'Neill, obviously, they're going to take money, and I think Paige McKenney could at least go off at hopefully 6-1 or better. So here's how we're going to play this race. First, Paige McKenney, as I said, is my top choice, and then the other angle we're using here is the Big Cap. So Paige McKenney and the Big Cap, that's the key here. We're going to make, for our $40 wagers, $10 to win on Paige McKenney, and then a $5 exacta, putting Paige McKenney on top of the 3 Big Cap horses, Donworth, Imperative, and Hard Aces, and then come back and another $5 exacta with Donworth, Imperative, and Hard Aces on top of my top choice, Paige McKenney. So that'll be the $40 in wagers for this race. And that'll wrap up this video feature race of the week. We'll be back with another stakes race from around the country next week. Until then, good luck at the races.